Epstein victim told Clinton likes them young as explosive doc dump name drops 170 of infamous pedophiles' visitors, including Michael Jackson. Jeffrey Epstein once said that former President Bill Clinton likes them young. A victim of the dead sex offender testified in a deposition unsealed Wednesday, part of a trove of long-sealed court documents that began to be made public. The files, which name more than 170 Epstein associates, such as Clinton, former President Donald Trump, and Prince Andrew, were ordered released by Manhattan federal Judge Loretta Preska last month and contain a gross accusation of inappropriate touching by the disgraced British royal. They were filed in a since-settled defamation lawsuit that Epstein accuser Virginia Roberts Giuffre brought against the late sicko's madam, Ghislaine Maxwell, in 2015. Another Epstein victim, Johanna Sjoberg, said in a 2016 deposition that the Duke of York put his hand on her breast as she sat on his lap at the financier's Manhattan townhouse in 2001. She also posed for a photo alongside Giuffre, whose breast was groped using a puppet of Andrew, Sjoberg testified. They put the puppet on Virginia's lap, and I sat on Andrew's lap, and they put the puppet's hand on Virginia's breast, and Andrew put his hand on my breast, and they took a photo, she said of Maxwell and Epstein. Andrew has denied the accusation, which was revealed and reported on in a previous document dump, according to Reuters. Sjoberg was also asked about Epstein's comments on Clinton in the same deposition. Epstein said one time that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls, she testified. Trump's name also came up in Sjoberg's testimony, with Epstein once suggesting a stop at one of the real estate mogul's casinos in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The pilots of Epstein's private jet informed the group that they were forced to reroute from New York City, and Epstein said, "Great, we'll call up Trump and we'll go to the casino," Sjoberg said. Other famous names who appeared in the document dump include late King of Pop Michael Jackson and magician David Copperfield. Sjoberg said she met Jackson but did not provide him a massage, and also met Copperfield, who she said was a friend of Epstein's, during questioning. Copperfield did some magic tricks at a dinner she attended and reportedly questioned Sjoberg if she was aware that girls were getting paid to find other girls. She testified when asked if he discussed Epstein's involvement with young girls. None of the well-known men, other than Prince Andrew, have been accused of wrongdoing. Mark Randazza, a lawyer who fought to get the records unsealed, said the documents could answer many lingering questions about Epstein's sordid affairs. Who was involved, and how did they get away with it? And how far into people who are really in power does this reach? And why was it kept under wraps for so long? Randazza said of the saga. Who managed to exert that kind of power, because the court should never have sealed the documents in the first place, and the extent to which the court has protected this information is irregular. The unmasked associates, ex-employees, and victims, who had previously only been referred to in court papers linked to the suit as Jane Does or John Does, had been given until January 1st to appeal the judge's order. Preska noted in her ruling unsealing the documents that some of the names had already been made public in media interviews over the years, and that some had not objected to their identities being disclosed. In the days leading up to the unsealing, it had been reported that Clinton was referred to more than 50 times in the redacted documents as John Doe 36. Many of the references to Clinton, which were not expected to implicate him in any illegal activity, were believed to stem from Giuffre's early attempts to compel the ex-president to testify against Epstein and Maxwell, reports said. The former commander-in-chief, who was photographed with Epstein and flew on his private jet on numerous occasions, has long denied having any nefarious connections with the convicted sex offender. Meanwhile, Andrew was said to be tormented over the fact his name would be dredged back up and linked back to Epstein, according to reports. The disgraced royal, who also flew on Epstein's jet and was once captured in a now infamous shot with his arm around a then 17-year-old Giuffre, was stripped of his HRH, or His Royal Highness, moniker last year by his mom, the late Queen Elizabeth, over his ties to Epstein. As speculation mounted over the list of names set to be released, Giuffre, long described as Epstein's sex slave,
appeared to taunt associates of the well-connected pedophile.
There's going to be a lot of nervous PPL over Christmas and New Year's, 170 to be exact. Who's on the naughty list? Giuffre tweeted last month. Giuffre's defamation suit against Maxwell, which was settled in 2017 for an undisclosed amount, had centered on her claim that Maxwell defamed her by saying that she was lying about being sex trafficked by Epstein when she was a teen. Maxwell was convicted in late 2021 of recruiting and grooming underage girls for Epstein to abuse between 1994 and 2004. Epstein killed himself in his Manhattan jail cell in 2019 while awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges.